Hola, my steam-driven compadres, and welcome to yet another episode of SteamWorld Telegraph. I'm your host and longtime SteamWorld worker, Brian Siugesson. And today, I'll be talking to one of our musical masterminds, getting the latest on SteamWorld Build, and having a peek at what our dear community is up to. And here he is, a hand for Ola Bäckström.
Thank you.
So you are the composer and the sound designer at the station, that's correct, right?
Yes, yes, that's right. I've been working here for 3 years now.
How important would you say that both the music and the sounds, and how important is that for the feel of SteamWorld Build?
I think it's very important, especially in the music, to set the tone, to set the tone right. I mean, it is a SteamWorld game. So you have to like lean back a bit and look on the other games made earlier, like SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Heist and so on, and see, okay, how did they do the music, and how can I take that and make my own out of it?
So how do you do that technically? I mean, because I think I understand. I mean, I'm not a sound designer, but I'm in love with the sounds of SteamWorld Build, and when I'm up on the surface, it feels like the music is sort of expanding. Like I really get the feeling of being in a vast space, which I don't get in the mines. I get this cramped sort of feeling, or it just goes like this.
Well, I think for the city layer, I've used a lot of like orchestral sounds, like strings and easy strings, and like having a more fluidness in the music. And there are short pieces that are randomly put together, and then there's silence to bring out the soundscape a bit more. And then when you go down the mine, everything comes more, as you say, it becomes more
cramped?
Yeah, like, cramped, yeah.
Another thing that is typical for the SteamWorld games is the way the robots speak.
Yeah.
And you know, the first time I played through SteamWorld Build, I almost jumped out of my seat, because suddenly it contains real voiceover, like voice acting, which was like, oh my God, why have they, what have they done? And then I was reassured, because this game is very particular in that way. I mean, because you can choose, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, I mean, you have voice acting, and then you have...
And then we have, the robot talk, or the gibberish talk, I guess. And you can choose if you want to have voice acting in the game, or you can have the old SteamWorld like robot voices in the game.
We'll have to stay focused in order to get to the old tech and escape this rock.
And we thought that choice was kind of important, because I think a lot of SteamWorld players want to have that experience. Like, okay, we can remember this kind of language from the old games.
When you create music, is it always like you wake up in the middle of the night and sort of like, oh, I have to write this down? Or is it meticulous work? Like, do you sit for hours and hours and compose? Or is it just spur of the moment? How does it work for you?
It's a blend, I think. It's a mix. But I've noticed, actually in later days, that when driving my car, I can come up for some reason a tune or a melody that I want to record this, so I have to like stop the car and like sing it into the mobile phone, just to like, okay, remember this now. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, you're just sitting down and playing the guitar, and okay, this is something we can build on.
Do you also then take inspirations like from? Do you listen to a lot of music like that, or do you try to stay away to keep a clear head, if you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of music, especially in the beginning of the writing process, and see how can I make this into something else, stuff like that. And I think listening to a lot of SteamWorld SteamWorld games, like their soundtracks, because they differ a lot from each other. Like you have Dig 1, which is very almost spaghetti western, Ennio Morricone like kind of music. And then you have Dig 2, which is more synthetic kind of music. Stuff like that. So it's been a blast to like, okay, take this and take that from Dig 2 and like combine it and see what you can come up with.
SteamWorld Build has a lot of just lovely, lovely sounds. Is there any particular favorite that you from the game? Any sort of sound that you feel that, yeah, this came out exactly the way I wanted?
Well, I think again, I can't point out a specific sound, but I really liked doing the bots, especially in the mine. The voices for the bots when they're like doing their thing in the mine. They're picking and hacking through the walls, and they're having a good time. And all they're singing, and like you can hear them going on about their business. And also when they're like don't have anything to do, they're kind of you can almost hear them being bored. So like whistling and so.
Did you record those yourself?
Yeah.
So did you also record the yep?
Yeah. That's yep. Yeah.
Most of us who work in games, right? We sit in offices. We prefer to sit with headphones on, and a lot of us are a little bit introverted, but there are certain aspects of your job that are different from the rest of us graphic artists and programmers and designers and so on. I was thinking we could have a look at a few clips just to see what you're up to. Let's have a look. So here, Ola, what are you doing? What is this?
Playing the drums.
Obviously. But what are you recording here? And for what?
I'm recording some loops. This is way back. This is like one and a half year ago, maybe.
So when everyone else is in the office, this is what you get to do, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What are we doing here? I mean, you're setting stuff on fire here?
Yeah, this is my old flannel shirt that I didn't want anymore. So I dipped it in kerosene and I put it on a stick there, bamboo stick. Then I had kerosene in that and blowing the torch or blowing on the fire there to make like these whoosh sounds.
And how would you use a whoosh sound like that? Just where do you use that?
It could be magic effects. It could be impact sounds for different things.
Kids, don't try this at home, all right? These are professionals. So what do we have here?
Can't remember the name of that thing, but I think it's for boats.
Yeah, it's
I think it's a museum for like old boat thingies.
like full steam ahead. Very sort of on topic, I think. Okay, here. Okay. What is? What is this?
This is for. I think this was for the guards in Lost in Random, which have these grunts when they attack and.
Oh, what do we have here then? What is this? What are you doing? What are you up to?
This is a place called Viking Timmer, which is an old lumber yard in Karlshamn, where I live.
Looks deserted.
Yeah. A friend of mine actually worked there many years ago. But there was a big fire that started there and like burned everything to the ground, more or less. So I thought, why don't go there with Mike and see what I can come up with.
Also, I wanted to ask you about the soundtrack for SteamWorld Build. Mm-hmm. Do you have like a favorite? Do you have a favorite track by any chance, or do you think all of it is just?
No, as a composer, I don't think you can pick a favorite, or maybe you can. But I mean, I think the one that I thought turned out to be the track with the most heart is the one my niece actually is singing in, because I don't want to spoil anything, but that's rounds up a lot of what SteamWorld is, for me at least.
Well, and now for a bit of development updates. I think let's talk about two of the maps that you can choose in the game. Like, I mean, not everybody knows this, but at the beginning of SteamWorld Build, you decide what setting you want to play, and we'll have a look at two of those settings or maps. The first one we're looking at is Giddy Up Gorge.
Yes. Yeah, Giddy Up Gorge is the most Western-themed map we have, I think. It's also from the beginning we only had one map, and it was this that was available, or one theme. This is, yeah, the basic vanilla map.
Right, sweet. And then we're looking at High Roller Dunes. What can you expect from High Roller Dunes?
A lot of neon lights, I would say. It's a Las Vegas-based map, High Roller Dunes. So I think in this map you can see like a casino, stuff like that, and a lot of, as I said, neon signs. It's also played during the night, so it's a different setting that way as well.
Thank you very much, Ola.
Thank you.
And now to our community section, where we're going to look at some fan art from a contest that we ran on Discord in May. We got some beautiful submissions, and we're going to go through a few of them here. So Ola, if you wouldn't mind going through this with me.
Yeah.
So first here is a beautiful image of Rusty made by a random bat. It looks great.
Really nice.
Yeah, it looks like a long-legged version of our first protagonist.
Oh,
wonderful. Yeah. And here, as I understand it, this is a submission from Da Fox, who asked their son to draw something and submit. So this is Rusty in a cave setting. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Looks beautiful. And here is a submission from Flo. Wow, that is gorgeous. Yeah. That's Rusty hanging off his trusted pickaxe.
Yeah.
Well done. And here's from Jay Pepper, who decided to emulate or see what it takes to draw the buildings like from original Dig. This is I think this is the shop building.
Yeah.
That's from SteamWorld Dig 1. Yeah. Beautiful. It's never been made in 3D, so we should just ask
First time.
Yeah, just ask to get the source files and to save a lot of money. Yeah. And here we have from Piper #1 fan. It's obviously Piper Faraday in a relaxed sort of don't mess with me pose.
Looking as cool as ever.
As cool as ever. Beautiful. Good stuff. And this, well, to wrap it up, it's from Wraithy. That's obviously Fen in a wonderful new rendition. Guys, we love to get fan art. We love to get fan art. We love to get fan art in all shapes and forms and flavors and colors. And so just please keep it coming. And that's, my friends, is the show. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.